toxic stress is causing issues in your body 24/7. But at night, when your body's trying to shut down for rest and repair, if your immune system is on overdrive trying to deal with this toxic stress, then you're not able to let go and fall asleep. Hey, I'm Dr. Gala Gorman. I'm an acupuncturist, an author, and a naturopath. I talk to you about stress because figuring out how to master stress is the key to improving your well-being and quality of life. So what does stress mastery mean? Well, to start with, we need to understand how stress works. For example, did you know that stress takes your immune system offline? It's true. In fact, they stress the body intentionally when someone is getting an organ transplant because they don't want the person to reject the new organ before they can get them on all the anti-rejection medications. So they intentionally stress the body, take the immune system offline, and this buys them time. Similar sort of process when you use Western medication, like prescription medication, to deal with autoimmune disorders. It's basically suppressing the immune system. That would not be my first choice for how to deal with it, but if you need to take medication to buy you some time to figure it out, that's often a strategy that just has to be incorporated into the plan. So we need to understand how stress works, what stress does in the body, and once you understand how it works, then you'll understand a little better how to relieve it. We talk about a lot of stress relief techniques, and that includes meditation, walking on the beach like I'm doing today, breathing exercises, but often we find that even if we're doing what we know we need to do to relieve stress, it might work for a few moments, but it seems like we just are right back into overdrive. Why aren't the stress relief techniques working? The reason they're not working is because it's not your garden variety stress, it's toxic stress. Once you understand what toxic stress is and how challenging it is to identify what's really causing the problem and then implement a plan to deal with it, maybe you'll give yourself a little grace and pat yourself on the back. You've been doing the best you can, but now you know a little better. So how do you know if it's toxic stress and not just garden variety stress? Well, probably the easiest way to determine this is if you've got insomnia. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have insomnia. I sleep fine. I go to sleep after I lay there for an hour or take medication or whatever it requires. I sleep fine. I would challenge you to reconsider your position on that because sleep should happen naturally. Our hormones should adjust themselves as the sun is going down. When it reaches about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, we should just naturally feel what I call veil falling and feel like you just need to go to sleep. In a perfect world, you don't wake up for anything, including using the restroom, until 7 or 8 hours later. That is an extremely rare occurrence. Even for those of us who do fall asleep fairly easily, we may wake up in the middle of the night numerous times. I would say that if you wake up one time, quickly use the restroom, and go back to sleep within a few minutes, that's probably not a problem. But if you're waking up multiple times in the night, if you're having a hard time going back to sleep after you wake up, if you're having a hard time falling asleep in the evening, then those are all signs of insomnia. and may be a symptom of toxic stress. Toxic stress is causing issues in your body 24/7. But at night, when your body's trying to shut down for rest and repair, if your immune system is on overdrive trying to deal with this toxic stress, then you're not able to let go and fall asleep. For people who suffer with insomnia, it tends to be a chronic situation where at least several times a week this occurs. So if you're just having an occasional night where you're worried about something and you're having a hard time sleeping, or sometimes you're even excited about something, about a new opportunity, and you're having a hard time sleeping, that wouldn't constitute insomnia. But sleep is so critical to our overall health and well-being that it is a key symptom to watch for. This process of watching for the symptoms and how they show up, this is awareness. Self-awareness is a key to improving your well-being. Any healthcare professional, we have tools that we can help see beyond what's happening on the surface, but we still rely on you and your own awareness and you noticing what tends to trigger your issues. We can give you things to watch for and offer ideas and suggestions, but we're definitely in this together. This is not something where you find a doctor and you say, okay, this is your problem now, and you just go back to living your life. Once you've started to develop awareness and you understand how stress works, now we can put together a plan, or a blueprint, I like to call it, that's unique to you. It's going to address the toxic stressors that are actually at work in your life. What is a stressor for one person might not be affecting you at all. That gets a little frustrating because people want to give you suggestions and say, this is what worked for me. Even holistic doctors are guilty of this, with not enough time to do the deep inquiry. They just assume after asking a few questions that they know what's going on. But I don't think that it's that simple. I think we need to do a really deep individual inquiry. This requires patience on the part of the patient and the physician. Through this deep inquiry process, we develop some different ideas about how it might be happening for this individual. As we develop this individual plan and blueprint, that's going to inform what kinds of tests we need to confirm or deny things, what supplements I would recommend. Speaking of supplements, people always want to ask me, what supplement would you take for this? I'm really cautious about recommending that because supplements can be toxic too. And I don't like to take any supplements for the long term. Supplements are meant to be taken just like prescription medication in a short-term fashion. They're helping us to shore up something that's deficient, and then our body should be able to take it from there. If that's not happening, then that pretty much tells you that some internal system is not functioning properly. We tend to deal with righting those internal systems using acupuncture and the different sorts of microcurrent techniques that I use. I do have ways to work with people at home. I like to give people an at-home treatment package so that they can continue working on it even when they can't come in to see me at my clinic. And over time, we just start peeling it apart together. As another layer peels off, we may determine that we need to tweak the plan that happens on a regular basis may require us to change the supplements or the herbs or the homeopathics that I recommend. And everything is on the table. It's not like anything I would recommend is a one-size-fits-all. Do you feel like toxic stress may be at work and causing issues in your life? If so, look around this video. You'll find a link to reach out to us and find more information, follow along and learn more, and work to develop a plan that will help you master stress and improve your well-being.